Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Google Pixel 8 and compare it against the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE and see which particular phone is the better one for you. Now, I'll definitely tell you, I definitely think the Pixel 8 might be the better one for a majority of people, but the S23 FE is also a very decent phone for the price, I would probably say. So let's go and see how both these phones compare. If you want to pick up either one of these phones, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside, the Google Pixel 8 that kind of just came out on the front has a 6.2-inch OLED display, and it's a very decent display at that. A few things. For one, it's a very good display, very good brightness on it for sure. 120 hertz display as well, which is nice. You're getting the hole punch, very thin bezels around it, which is super nice, and overall, it's a very good phone and a very good display that I actually like a lot. With the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE, it's a tiny bit of a different story. So with this particular phone, so for one, you are basically getting, that dynamic AMOLED display. It's 6.4 inches, so it's slightly bigger, 120 hertz full HD. And, I think this is a good display too. Is it perfect? No, but there's no perfect displays out there, to be honest, except for the S23 Ultra. It's a very good display, and I think it looks very good for the most part, which is something I'm very happy about. I'd probably say the Pixel 8 is the better one though, but I think the FE still looks good for the most part. I also think the rest of the build quality aspect goes for the Pixel 8 too. So with the S23 FE, you're basically getting this standard build quality. It has this like curved side to it, which is nice. So does the Pixel 8. You have like a bigger camera bump, I would argue, on the Pixel 8 that protrudes the whole way out on the Pixel 8, which is a little bit more even. The Galaxy S23 FE just has these big camera bumps, for better or for worse. You have the SIM card tray here, SIM card tray at the top of the S23 FE. On the bottom, you're getting USB Type-C ports on both of these phones, which is really, really nice. And once again, that in and of itself is a super nice feature to have. On the backside, you can see we do have our camera setups. So with the S23 FE, we're getting this triple camera setup, which is very, very nice. Once again, I like having these types of cameras. With the Pixel 8, you're having the dual camera setup, which I think is good. It's a pretty good layout for the most part, which is really, really nice. And I definitely do think that is a very good feature to have. The Pixel 8, also has wireless charging. They both have reverse wireless charging as well, which is once again a very, very nice feature to have as well. And I definitely would say on the outside, like I said, I'm more of a fan of the outside of the Pixel 8. I think that phone looks a little bit better here and there. I think the FE still looks very good, like don't get me wrong, but I think the Pixel 8 is probably the one that I would look at as probably the more one that's a little bit more modern design, to be honest. I think the FE looks a lot more like the S10, which still looks great, but I think the Pixel 8 wins here. Now moving on to the software and longevity, like I said, you're probably getting the longer lasting phone on the Google Pixel 8. Like this is going to be the phone that's going to be the longer lasting one almost every single time, but Google did something interesting this year. They actually went through and increased the software longevity again on the Pixels. So now these phones are basically giving you like 7 years of software and security updates or something like that from the date of release, which is pretty crazy. So I'm going to be very curious to see how this phone kind of ages. As of right now, that's kind of where we're at. But like I said, I'm looking forward to how this phone kind of ages in the future. But as of right now, that's kind of where we are. Now let's go and do speed comparison between both these phones. The Pixel 8 has that Google Tensor G3 chipset inside with 8GB of RAM, with the S23 FE has that Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset inside with 8GB of RAM as well. So let's go and see which one's the faster one between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background. So let us get into it. Let's do phone calls, 3, 2, 1. Actually, Pixel 8 was a little bit slower there. Camera, 3, 2, 1. Okay, not that big of a difference. Go and take a photo. Both are on night mode. And I think the Pixel 8 was definitely faster there. The S23 FE was a little bit slower. Play Store, 3, 2, 1. I don't think both of them are, so this one is not on Wi-Fi, this one is, so we'll just hop out of this one. We do have some other applications we have very similar on both, so let's get into it. Let's go into X321. Okay, that kind of covers it up there. Let's go into Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And again, this is not that big of a game, but you can see the FE actually did really well here. The Pixel 8 a little bit slower. But definitely, I was not expecting the Pixel 8 to be that much slower. The FE definitely was much, much faster. And that's kind of what happens when you're getting like the Tensor series versus the Snapdragon. The Snapdragon is probably going to be better in a majority of ways. I feel like Tensor still has to, a few ways to go, if I'm being completely honest. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. And the FE again is the faster one here. The Pixel 8 a little bit slower. It's going to just stack 3, 2, 1. And two different pop-ups, so I'm not really too sure what to make of it. Getting into the game though, actually, I mean, this one is kind of taking its time, but this one had to load in the ad first, so I get it. Getting into the game, let's see if there's any big differences here, which I don't think there's really going to be that big of a difference. Let's hop out of these two. So I'm getting to the next one. Let's go into Snapchat, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this one was a little bit slower. Snake first blocks, 3, 2, 1. Or one was faster. I think the FE was faster again. Actually, I'm not really too sure. And the FE again is the faster one. I'm not too sure why the Pixel 8 is so much slower. Like these two are like brand new phones. So these are up to date pretty much for the most part as well. So I'm not really too sure why the Pixel 8 is this much slower. I wasn't expecting it. And this is the 8 Gen 1. This is not even the latest 8 Gen series, which is crazy. Let's do Roblox, 3, 2, 1. Okay, both kind of the same thing. But the pop-up even came up faster on this phone too. Geometry Dash Lite, 3, 2, 1. Okay, once again, the Pixel 8 is a little bit slower. Getting into the game itself, see if there's a big difference, and probably not. It's a pretty basic game. Again, at this one, we can do one more. We can try like, I actually don't, Fruit Ninja 3, 2, 1. It's very curious. It's just insane to me that a phone like the FE is doing this much better than the Google Pixel 8. It's kind of insane. If you're wanting the faster phone, in my opinion, the S23 FE with an older chipset is going to be giving you a better performance overall than something like the Google Pixel 8, which once again is pretty insane. So let's go and hop out of these two. In terms of the camera setup, this is also going to be kind of a mixed bag. So I feel like the FE is going to be giving you the better camera. So on the outside, you're getting triple camera setup on the FE, wide ultra-wide telephoto lens, Pixel 8, wide and ultra-wide camera. You're getting 4K at 60 on the front and the back of both of them. But the FE, you are basically getting that, 8K capability on the back of this phone, which is a very, very nice feature to have. Having 8K capability is amazing, and that's something I actually love a lot. I think with the Pixel 8, I think that's, it's still very good. There's not too much to complain about. But with the phone like the FE, you're definitely going to be getting that better, solid experience with the camera, in my opinion. The Pixel 8, it's a pixel camera, so it's going to be very decent. There's still lots of features missing. I feel like we don't have 8K on this phone. Hopefully, Google will bring that in the future. But this one, you are getting 8x zoom and 0.6 or 0.5x zoom on the outside, which is nice to have. Portrait mode, long exposure, action pan. It's a good camera, but once again, I feel like Google could be doing a little bit tiny bit of a better job here. So I feel like we're still stuck in this really, really weird phase where this camera is not as good as it could be, in my opinion. The S23 FE, on the other hand, is a very, very good camera for what you're getting. This type of phone, it's very solid. So with this type of device, you're getting 30x zoom, which is pretty insane. So that's really cool. Some of it digital, but it's a really nice camera. 0.6x zoom, so you can't zoom out as much, but it's still zooming in a lot. You're getting pretty much everything else. You're getting portrait mode on this phone, which is amazing. Video mode. Under more, you're getting a lot more options as well, which once again is super, super nice feature to have. And overall, the FE is definitely the better camera pretty much in every single way that I could probably tell you. So in my opinion, you're definitely getting overall the better device in every single way, probably on either one of these. They're both mixed bag. I don't know if there's one that's way better than the other one. The FE, you're getting a bigger phone, which is nice. Probably not better battery life, but probably similar battery life on both. You're getting better performance and better camera. That's kind of what you're paying for on the FE. Other than that, though, I think the Pixel 8 is probably a better, well-rounded phone. This phone you could keep for years and years and years and still feel like you have a brand new device almost. Maybe not brand new, but still feel like you have a really good phone. And that's something I love about my Pixel 8s. So it's kind of crazy. The choice is kind of yours, but I would probably argue that a phone like the Pixel 8 might be the one I'd probably recommend more people to buy. But I think the FE is probably the more flagship one. If you want to keep a phone for 2-3 years, get the FE. If you want to keep a phone for a little bit longer, get a device like the Pixel 8. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.